I'm gonna put this video at the end of. I didn't export all the other videos yet. I'm gonna put this one at the end because I don't want the last one super depressing. I don't want that one to be on the end. I've noticed looking at the analytics that there's people that'll watch a bunch of videos and skip around and like watch the last 4 or 5 minutes. I don't really know why. It probably makes sense, but I don't know why. Anyway, this morning I was loading up a two-door fridge, a tall fridge with 2 doors, freezer. I don't know what the fuck it was. I don't know if it was a fridge or fucking. No, it was all one area inside, so it was probably a fridge or freezer. I don't fucking care. How about I don't fucking care? But I went up, was loading it up in the dude's car, or truck, I mean, and it was way too wide. So I was like, all right, I have to load it the skinny way. So I put it down, get around there, and get under it. And it was kind of wobbly. And I was like, don't fucking wobble, fucker. Because it's always wobbly. I'm not stopping for that. It's fucking always wobbly. But this time it fell over. First time I've dropped a machine. And goddamn it dropped really fucking well. And I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to hear about this, blah blah blah. But the techs made fun of me. One of them was like, oh, you finally popped your cherry. The lady that's in charge of all the shiznit. I called her, and the sales guy had already gone around and asked her if there was one we can give them, blah, blah, blah. Because the sales guy was out there smoking when it happened. That's all right. She was like, it's okay, it happens, don't worry about it. That truck. Oh, he's right behind me. I was like, there's a white truck I just saw. Where'd it go? It was in my blind spot like a motherfucker. But he saw me turn on my turn signal and backed up like fucking 10 car lengths. Hey, it's a trailer hauling a trailer. That's cool. But yeah, she was like not even phased. And when she came out to give me a freight order, I was like, yeah, nobody, like everybody just kind of made fun of me. Nobody really seemed bothered. They all told me their stories of them dropping shit. And she laughed and she's like, yeah, everyone drops stuff. It's life. And I told her, I was like, I heard a story about you. And I told her when Dan was there, we were talking about different people. And I was like, you came up, and he's like, oh, I used to make fun of her all the time and used to talk shit, and she'd tell me to fuck off. And I was like, she says fuck? And she started laughing. She's like, I say fuck all the time. I was like, holy shit. I never knew. I was like, nice. I was like, I use fuck like a comma sometimes. I did before I heard that phrase. But then Lewis Black said that. And then he said, sometimes I think I just say fuck to give myself time to think of other shit. I love Lewis Black. wonder if John Borrowman or whatever, the guy that opens for Lewis Black, I wonder if he's made a special. It feels like my sinuses are trying to stuff up today. No! A lot of shit, man. Oh! Speaking of the last segment that I recorded, that probably should be in the video right before this. In this video, right before this segment, one of the texts said, you know what, Willie owed me lunch. He's like, Willie owed some other people lunch too. I think he just faked his death and he went to the Bahamas and he's sitting on a beach, you know, sipping Mai Tais. I like that. I like the idea that he's alive, chilling somewhere, finally on vacation, skipped right to retirement, chilling on some beach somewhere. I like that way better than reality. Look at that sexy ass boat. I don't know if this guy knows his left turn signal's on. That truck to our left gave him a fuckload of room. Oh, he turned it off. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. What are you doing, Renova? That's right. Fuck Biden. That's right. Don't say fucking let's go Brandon, retards. Just say it. Fuck Biden, just like everybody else. It's like most of the left says fuck Biden too. The only reason he got elected is because fuck Donald Trump was quite a lot louder. Well, Biden's a piece of shit, but the only reason I voted for Biden, I did vote for Biden, I own it, I'm fine, because I was like, nothing's gonna fucking change, it doesn't fucking matter. The corporations are still going to own everything. Why would I fucking vote for Biden? And I've been open to arguments, and every argument sucked. Like, that's bullshit. He's not going to fucking do that. And most of the arguments that I said, there's no way he's going to do that. He hasn't done any of it yet. Because they're not left-leaning. Everyone's like, oh, these goddamn socialists. They're not socialists at all. They're the same capitalists you motherfuckers are. Talking to right-wingers. But the one argument that got me, he was like, yes, all that shit you said is probably going to be true under both of them, but Trump did gut the Department of Education, the EPA and some national park stuff. And Biden's people, to be fair, they did reverse a lot of that. What's it called? FCC? What is it? Communication, whatever. I don't remember the name of it. Yes, they got that fucking. She got that piece of shit out and put someone in that's more for open internet. What's it called? Goddamn words, bro. That India dude that was shitting all over it, they booted him out real quick. So I don't regret it. It's same bullshit mostly, but the Department of Education, some other shit. What does FCC stand for? I left my work phone on my forklift, so I can't waste my time attempting to get information out of Siri. It's probably for the better. I'm so done with the heat in the warehouse. There's this video I just saw that I guess has been going around for a minute where it's got a rave or whatever, an EDM concert, whatever, and the DJ is playing whatever, and then the music pauses and Theo Von's on the screens. And he says, "Yeah, my favorite weed is cocaine." And then the drop. That's funny. My favorite weed is cocaine. My command today is to bring home Panda. Okay. I was telling one of the guys at work I'm about to fucking take my pants off and just wear shorts. And then I showed him my leg, one of my legs. It's my worst one right now. And he's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Yeah, mosquitoes love me." What are you doing, car? Fuck. go. Bye, Chevet. I don't know why he inserted himself onto my rear bumper. Ugh. God damn. Ugh. Ugh.
Top of the morning to you, Miss Adam.
Coming.
What's snake in the grass in your tummy? Where'd they come from?
You're looking for my boy. Yeah.
You know I can find it, Mrs. O'Neill.
Yeah.
I suppose you'll have to share that information with me, would you?
I don't want you to get my boy into any trouble. Do you hear me? He's my only boy. And he's a good boy. He's coughing.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm about to shut the video off because I don't remember what I was going to order. Balls, 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 balls. Oh, cunts. Bye. All right. This will be the last one. Not the last one ever, but the last one on this bunch I'm going to upload in one video. Because I got a happiness. Happiness. So yesterday, Mike, dude I used to live with, loved that guy. I really missed him. I didn't realize I missed him until I saw him last year. Well, I knew I liked him. I just didn't realize it had been so long. Dude's awesome. Anyway, he got married to somebody in Sedona, and we went out there. What the fuck is that? I'm scared to fuck with it because I might pop the airbag and hit me in the face. But the place that they had like a hotel or whatever, motel, whatever the fuck it was, and It had like, it was like on the side of a hill, and then it had like a concrete part that went out where they could have whatever. And there was a place with a break in between the trees where they set up an arch, and that's where they got married. What the fuck is that? But anyway, it was funny because he married one of his friend's sisters. And I remember back at the time I lived with him, he always like had a boner for her. But Kevin was like, fuck off. At least that's the impression I got. And when he was doing his speech, he said, he said the first time he remembers seeing her, the person he married, he was downstairs at Kevin's house chilling with him, hanging out with his friends. Oh my Jesus. And she was down there and he was drinking an energy drink. And she was like, I've never had that one. Can I try it? So he gave it to her and she took a sip. And she was like, nice. And then she walked off and took it. And he was like, and that continues to this day. That was so cute. Look at those tires. Are you getting over, dude? I'm not gonna get in front of that truck. That's for damn sure. Thank you, truck. You're Monica. But anyway, disabled vehicle at Broadway HOV lane. Cool. So that was really cool. I was really choked up. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I didn't cry, but I mean, I was super happy for him. One of the one of the she had 2 kids. Or is that how it is? How does that work? I don't know who those 2 people were. She has 2 kids. And then one of them, I don't know, one of them might be like the brother or half brother or something with someone else's mom. Has a different mom but the same dad, maybe. They all looked related. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway. He said the first time he saw Mike was passed out in his car. Passed out drunk in his car. And like everybody in the whole fucking wedding, everybody just kind of laughed and nodded like, yeah, that's Mike. I guess he hasn't done that. He hasn't drank that much in a long time. We're all too busy. We're all too busy to drink that much these days. But he did black out a lot. He did overdrink a lot. Good for him, though. If you can, you should. Oh, sirens. There's a tractor trailer that needs over back there. That sucks. Wee, 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 wee. There is state dig. And an ADOT. It must have got worse up there. Let's see what else we got. I thought I had some other news. I don't know, the new swamp coolers, all 6 of them. The new swamp coolers at work. They're going to come in, take off the current ones, and try to swap out the pyramid vents that the coolers get mounted on. They're going to try to swap those out tomorrow. And then Monday they're going to bring out a crane between 8:30 and 9:30, and they're going to have it out there for an hour and a half maybe. And they're going to put the new ones up there and then take the old ones down. So that's cool. Ugh. I didn't brush my goat today. It looks like it too. So I don't think I made a video for this either. So or talked about this or whatever. 2 Saturdays ago, I mean I might have, I don't know. 2 Saturdays ago Lily went to her friend's house, a new friend's house she hasn't been to before. She made this friend at school. That's cool. And when I picked her up, the mom was like, "We had an event last night." And I immediately thought Lily did something stupid. And I was like, "Oh yeah?" And she said her 17-year-old daughter, the older sister of Lily's friend, got pulled over and ended up being like 15 cop cars with their guns pulled on her. And Lily's so she was on a video chat with the older daughter, and then she got everybody together, including Lily and the daughter, and they drove out there to yell at the cops, whatever, blah blah blah. And she's like, and Lily was there, and I looked at Lily, and I was like, "See, you got to see that. See, now you understand why I always tell you not to talk to cops." And the dad was there the whole time, kind of standing off to the side, just probably watching my reactions, because I would be too. Like, am I going to be a little bitch and like, "Well, should have followed the law, blah blah blah, what'd you do to make him pull the guns?" No, that's not how cops work. They just do shit for whatever reason they think. Sometimes it's justified, sure, but most of the time, not most of the time, way too often, they just go fucking ballistic, and there's no consequences. There's almost never. I'm aware of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, I'm not fucking exaggerating, of instances where cops just too fucking far. I'm also aware of, a few dozen justified, sure. But I tell Lily, don't fucking talk to cops. When she was real little, she'd get excited, "Let's go talk to the cop." I'm like, "No, don't you dare go talk to that cop." And now she sees they can go way the fuck out of line real fast. They don't even so what happened was, and this is kind of dumb on their part, but they had a car up in Alaska They got stolen. They reported it stolen. It was reported stolen. So then they got this car down here, and they got they got a custom license plate, and the custom license plate was the same down here as the one that got stolen, except for instead of an O in the word or whatever, there was a 0. And I'm like, what the fuck were you thinking? I mean, sure, it probably means a lot to you for whatever reason, but that was really fucking stupid. You got a car that's reported stolen, and you're going to get a very, very similar, arguably identical looking license plate. How dumb, dude. Of course you're going to have problems. But when the mom went down there and was yelling at him, it doesn't excuse what the cops did, though. When she was down there yelling at him, she was like, she's 17. I'm like, oh, we didn't know that. She's like, what do you mean you didn't know that? Well, we haven't ID'd her. It's like, you didn't even fucking, they didn't, all they did was ran the plates with the similar looking license plate number, saw that it was reported stolen, the car that's not that one, saw that it was reported stolen, immediately called in for backup. And the daughter obviously fucking understandably, rightfully freaked the fuck out. And so the mom's got a lawyer. I hope she wins fucking $1 million. Stupid assholes. But the cops aren't going to be held accountable for it. I hope they are, but they're not going to be. Let's go! So anyway, so that's just the beginning of the story. So she gets home and, wow. She gets home, come on over, Whitey. She gets home and she kind of feels like shit. My turn signal, Beamer. She kind of feels like shit. And this is 2 Saturdays ago now. Wow, even more shit going on. Awesome. Oh, another accident. That's cool. So she doesn't feel good. By the end of the day, Saturday, it's obvious she's sick. I think her temperature was like 99. But then by the same time Sunday, her temperature was like 103. She was getting fucked up. So, Beth and I took care of her, did all we could, and then Thursday, Beth got sick. A week ago, Thursday, Beth got really sick. She got it. And it was about the time, maybe it was Wednesday. I don't remember. No, Thursday, Beth took Lily to the doctor, the Thursday after Lily was sick. Lily got sick Saturday, Sunday, and then that Thursday there was a doctor's appointment. Lily was still really sick. Mom took her down there. I should edit all this fucking pauses and yawning and shit out. Beth took her to the doctor Thursday. They did tests. They found out it was influenza B, as in boy. Boy, oh boy, was she sick. La 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 la. Influenza, oh boy. And then I believe the Sunday after that, Mom got sick. Beth got sick. What the fuck, dude? Thank you. And then both of them were sick. I think maybe Friday, Thursday. I don't remember when Beth got sick. They were both sick all the way up until Tuesday, I guess. Monday, Tuesday, something like that. Both of them were really sick. Friday, I think Friday was when Beth was really sick. Maybe Thursday night, Friday, I don't know. It had to have been the night or the next day that she took Lily. She was sick too. Because that Friday, I went to get Theraflu. We're going to go with Theraflu. Tamiflu? The prescription one. Anyway, she wanted that because she called the doctor Friday morning, was like, look, I got it too. Can you prescribe it to me and my husband? Because he's probably going to get it. And so we can take it when we get sick. So I was going to get that, and I got to Walgreens and bought more tissue because I was asked to buy more tissue, and then I bought some other shit. And then I went to get the prescriptions, and they're like, yeah, your insurance won't cover this, so it's $75 each. And I'm like, nope, no thanks. Bring me up for the rest of this shit. I'm not fucking paying $150 for medicine. That's why we have insurance. And it just paid for Lily's. It just paid for Lily's Tamiflu the day before. So why the fuck wouldn't it pay for ours? So I was like, nope. So I go in my car and call Beth, and I'm like, listen, they won't pay for it. Doesn't make any sense. And she felt like shit. She's like, well, I need it. I really feel like shit. And I was like, all right, I'll take care of it. So I called them, and I'm like, hey, I guess I've been told to fill those prescriptions. And like, well, we only have one, so you'll have to get one somewhere else. And I was like, look, I'll pay cash, whatever, just find out where they got both, and I'll just go there and buy both. Like, I'm not coming, because they didn't have a drive-through. Like, I'm not going to walk back in there all the way to the fucking far side of the building. Like, just to go somewhere else. Just let me go somewhere else. So they called around. I don't know what they did, but they found one. I don't think they know. I don't think they know which ones are close or not. Because the one they sent me to was all the way on 48th Street or 40th Street, 40th Avenue. I don't know. Way the fuck off in Ahwatukee. It was like 20-minute drive. It was a 20-minute drive. So as soon as I hang up with them, they tell me where to go. No, they tell me they're going to call around and they'll call me back and let me know. So as soon as I hang up with them, I call the insurance company because I want to ask, hey brah, why is Lily's covered and not ours, brah? And sure enough, I'm on hold for like 5 or 10 minutes. And then while I'm on, what the fuck are you doing? While I'm on hold, Walgreens calls me back and told me where to go. All right. So they said they called and they told them they're gonna fill it, whatever. So okay. So then the insurance picks up by halfway there, and I'm talking to them, and they're like, "What's the name of the medication?" I'm like, I think it's Tamiflu. I'm like, well, we don't have a prescription for that, so blah blah blah. What's the generic? I'm like, I have no idea. And she had another question. I'm like, I have no idea. And she had another question. I'm like, I'm sorry, I really don't know. My wife would be the one to talk to you, but she's too sick. She didn't even want to talk for the amount that I talked to her. Like she wouldn't She don't want to have this conversation. I'm sorry, but I don't know. She's the one that works in the pharmacy. I was just told to go pick up this medicine, and they said that it wasn't covered. So then I called you to see why it wasn't covered. Like, I'm sorry, but that's all I know. Like, that's all I know. There's no more. I don't know any more details other than that. Other than she talked to the she called the doctor and had him call in a pharmacy, a prescription for both of us. Other than that, I don't know any names of anybody. I don't know the name of her doctor. I don't know the name of Lily's doctor. I don't know any of it. I don't have any more answers. So she figured it out. And then the doctor's office was closed. So that made it even more difficult. And the problem was the doctor wrote a prescription for 10 pills. And Tamiflu, I guess, only comes in 20 pills for adults, I guess. But the dose is it's only 5 days, 2 pills a day. So that's 10 pills. Why would it be 20 pills? Maybe they thought it was 20 pills, and then Beth would take 10 and I would take 10. I don't know, but whatever. They couldn't do anything with it. But they offered coupons they could send to the pharmacy, and then that would be $27 a piece instead of $75. I'm like, awesome. I'd already resigned myself to spending $150. So only spending about $55 would be fine. Do it. Do that. So, oh, fuck me. So I get there and I'm like, I don't know. They said it was going to be like 15 or 20 minutes or whatever. 30 to 45 minutes is what they said. So I get there and I was expecting to be told to wait, and that's fine. If it's going to take that long, it's fine. I got no problem waiting another 20 or 30 minutes. I still got a 20-minute drive back, or 25 or 30 or whatever it was, because traffic thickened up. So whatever, but it was ready. And Beth was like, "What took you so long?" And I told her the whole story. So that was last Friday. That the medicine thing was last Friday. It's Thursday right now when I record this. The wedding was yesterday, Wednesday. Beth was over it. She'd been over it for a few days. God damn. Lily was still coughing. So she had it for like a week and a half at least. She felt better, but she was still coughing. So when we went to the wedding, I told her, I was like, she is terrible. She's terrible at covering her mouth. She'll put her like fucking arm up against her chin and then like cough over her arm. Look, I covered my mouth. Like, you did not. You did not cover your mouth. You just coughed all over the place and got some on your arm. That's all. So I gave her a towel. I was like, cough into this towel. Because she actually covers her whole face. And it's much better. But then she walked around with the towel and set it down everywhere. So it's like, well, you know, I mean, I don't know what I thought she was going to do with it. She's 8. But anyway. She was playing with a bunch of kids the whole time, so that was cool. But I haven't caught shit. I've been using antibacterial shit on my hands like a motherfucker. Making Lily stay the fuck away from me. Like, I love you, and I'll get you shit for your medicine, and I'll get you food and water and whatever, milk, whatever you need, soda, juice, whatever you need, all that, all of it. But stay the fuck away from me. Like, I'm not getting sick, and I haven't gotten sick yet. Like, I've had enough fucking colds and flus this year. Shit, the last 5 or 6 years. So I don't need that shit. Ugh. that? Whoops. Middle of the road. La 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 la. Middle of the road. La 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 la. Sorry, bird. I was thinking about buying $170. You can buy a belt, like a wrestling or boxing like gold championship belt. I was thinking about buying one of those and making it say like Influenza Champ 2023 or whatever. But if I do that, I'll get influenza. I'll get goddamn dog sick for like a month if I do that shit. So I'm not gonna do that shit. But I've been lucky so far. I feel like I've been lucky. I haven't gotten sick from that shit. What's on my fucking face? I don't know. Whatever, Fapc's by. Hi. Hi. So, I haven't recorded a video in a while. Even though this one's going to be edited to the end of the string of videos I haven't posted yet. So on Monday, my boss was talking to one of the guys at work, because a lot of us are upset about a lot of stuff. Big mess. A lot of stuff's been uncoordinated, really, or poorly coordinated in a lot of different directions, including me. I could do better for, I don't know, years and years and years before I started. But when he was my boss was sitting on the ground facing where we were, and I was talking to somebody, I don't know who it was, but I made the comment, I was like, boss looks like shit. I look at him, he looks like he's hating life. What's going on? Looks like he's, I don't know. It was late in the day though, so I thought maybe he was just tired. But so then Tuesday morning comes along, and we get an email from everybody in the company. Gets an email from my boss's boss, and it says our boss isn't going to be able to make it in today, So contact him for whatever. And I was like, immediately we were asking each other, like, what the fuck? Like, this is weird, because our boss is one of those bosses that he could be on vacation in Hawaii and he'd be answering fucking work emails. Maybe not instantly, but throughout the day he's doing it. He's on all the time. And he jogs every morning, and you can tell he's active, because you'll like see him coming from the left and he'll talk to you, and then he'll disappear from the right, or he'll disappear to the right, and then it seems like 30 seconds later, even though it's probably 5 minutes later, he'll walk by to your left again. The man is everywhere. When he's one of those dudes come up and have you seen him? And you just kind of point in two directions. Yeah, I've seen him go both of those ways in the last 5 minutes, and I can't remember. I can't remember which one I saw most recently, because you can't, if you got to catch him, and there's 3 or 4 different ways he can walk. So sometimes it's easier just to call him, like, where are you at? Which I have done. It's like, I need to find him. Where's he at? We got this going on. He knows about it. And if he's busy, it'll go straight to voicemail. He's on the phone a lot too, so everybody loves him. He's a great guy. But we're like, what's going on? He's always the one to email. Why is someone else emailing for him? And then we're like, there's been a lot of stress, a lot of shit going on. Like, did he fucking quit? I wouldn't blame him, but it'd be crazy. It wouldn't be like him to quit, though, so we're like, something's got to be wrong. So, everyone's like, what the fuck, this is weird. And then I'm sitting at my desk about 11 o'clock Tuesday morning. One of the techs walks by and goes, boss had a heart attack. And he kept walking. And I said, shut the fuck up. And he just kind of nodded and shrugged. And I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, heart attack's a heart attack, but was it a mild heart attack? Was it a fucking massive heart attack? What's going on? So everyone was kind of like, holy shit, what the fuck? This is one of the healthiest dudes here. There's only a couple dudes in the building healthier than him. I mean, as far as eating and exercise and all that shit, dude runs marathons and shit for fun. So everybody's talking like, what the fuck? Ugh. Oh man, this is actually kind of moving today-ish. So then Tuesday, by the end of the day Tuesday, they were like, yeah, he's stabilized. He's still in the ICU and whatever, and he's stabilized and whatever, and they cleared out the blockage. And I'm like, well, this sounds like it's going the way it should go for people to heal. And it's not pretty, but it's not going to be pretty. He had 100% blockage, I guess, in one of his valves or whatever. And it's not going to be pretty when that happens. And he was on life support, which you're going to be. Doesn't this lane go away? Or does it not? It does, son of a bitch. This lane goes away, I don't give a fuck, I'm coming over. let me in or crash. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, so I'm being positive because it's like this dude's a fucking beast. They said they woke him up. They brought him out of sedation and, made sure he could move his fingers and toes and shit. And I was like, well, he's golden then. If he can move his fingers and toes, that means, he didn't, shit didn't blow up and he didn't, lose control of some of his body. So that's a damn good sign. I was like, I'm optimistic. Yeah, fucking full-blown ass heart attack sucks, but it sounds like there's hope. So I'm gonna have hope. And then Wednesday, people are freaking out because they think he had a stroke. Somebody was Thursday morning, somebody was saying, this is the problem, there's information from all different angles. What am I gonna do? Call his wife? And I want to know directly. Let's hear this. So I'm just trying to get what I hear, and because people were being, this person up front knows them, and a lot of people that are family. They've known each other for like a decade, 15, 20 years. He's worked there for, I don't know, 20 years, something like that. 25 maybe. Thursday they were saying he had a stroke, and I'm like, what the fuck, really? That's like I don't like. Did he have it when he had the heart attack, or is this a new development? Nobody really knows what's going on. That was Thursday morning. Thursday at like 1:30, 1:45 or so, I had just washed over with this horrible feeling. And then right at the same time, the propane forklift that Willie loves, like, it started making weird noises, and when driving over bumps, it felt like the back weight, it felt like it was just falling apart. I've never felt that forklift shake and rattle, and something was up. And then about 3:15, 3:10, 3:15. The chick that got me that job, and her in the morning, her and Willie and her and the other person in her department and Willie walk around, talk about shit, what's coming and going and whatever. And then they have a quick meeting again at 2 o'clock to touch base on stuff, see what's going on. So she's hands-on with him. I wasn't hands-on with him. I was maybe one of the least hands-on people with him, because I walked in there and pretty much took over the warehouse, running everything. And I just go. I know how to do warehouses. Their system was easy to pick up. Really easy to pick up. Way easier than Essex. But Essex's system is better. For all the shit that we've always talked about, it's actually way better than that one. So I'd see him maybe the least of everybody in the building. I can't think of anyone that would see him less than me. And I'd only been there since August. But I fucking love the guy anyway. He's a great fucking dude. He's a really good manager. His memory is amazing. He does forget stuff, but everybody does. But he remembers 5 or 10 times more than I'd ever remember. Fuck. This is some thick ass motherfucking traffic. But the chick that got me hired at about 3 o'clock, 3:15, 3:30, 3 of 5, whatever the fuck time it was. She just walks up to me, just pouring tears, just crying as hard as you. Well, I mean, she was holding it in physically, but her eyes were just pouring. And I just said no, like, because it sounded like there was hope, and I don't remember. She said something, but I didn't hear her. And then she kept walking. So that's crazy. And what's even crazier is there's one of his really good buddies. He came up from Florida, and the only reason he came up from Florida is because of my boss. God damn it. Fuck. I could have gone, but I knew that guy wasn't across the street. That dude came up from Florida to train a bunch of these guys. These new technicians. So he just happened to be up here. First time in 6 months the dude's up here. And his buddy dies. And she didn't have to say anything. She didn't have to tell me he died. Just like I knew. Yeah, I mean, there's really no other reason she'd even walk by me or anyone crying like that unless, you know, she was probably thought she was going to come tell me. But there's no words there. There's no fucking words. The women in my life need chicken. And I'm not going to get nuggets because my wife will tell me that's wrong. So that's pretty great. I immediately texted Mark. I was like, hey man, you good? You doing good? Your wife good? Everybody good? Everybody healthy? He's like, why? What's your deal? Like, my boss just died, so, and he was healthy. He jogged and shit, so I just want to make sure you're okay. So there's that. So that's a real thing that happened. Man. Unbelievable. But it did remind me, speaking of death, I ordered a do not resuscitate necklace. Just let me fucking die. No problem. Could I get a 12-piece of original recipe?
Do you want a meal or just a chicken?
Meal
For your 3 large sides?
with fries Mac and cheese and mashed potatoes.
Fries, mac and cheese, and mashed potatoes. Is that all you want?
That's all.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so those 42.50 now for the bill.
Thank you. Fuck, man. So crazy. And we haven't adjusted yet because we keep catching ourselves saying shit. All right, I'll ask Willie when, and then we just stop, and it's like, oh, right. Yeah. So I got home. Today's Friday. This was yesterday. He died yesterday. Not like this was like a long time ago and I'm still thinking about it. This was yesterday. I expected a lot of people to call in today. Like half. I figured like half the staff wasn't going to come in today. So I got home last night and I don't remember. I may have been like the least, well, except for the two new guys. I may have been one of the least connected people to him. And I was fucking tore up. I can't even imagine what everyone else feels like. He was such a good guy. Good manager, really good dude. He's why I went there. Overall, he's why I went there. I've had interviews that range from fuck this guy to, you know, this guy seems alright, but all these workers look like they're going to kill themselves. And then Willie was like, fuck, I'd work for this guy right now. I personally feel like I just clicked with him. Like, yeah, this is great. Let's do this. Not just because I knew there was things that they needed to do that I was really good at, like the location system and indexing shit and fucking computer shit and fucking shit. And then after I started working there, interacting with him and listening to him talk and his mannerisms, his fucking mannerisms. He says FYI all the time. He reminds me of my last boss, Mark. I was so happy, like shit. I'm lucky to fucking be working for this guy. And I was like, he's only 54, I think, 55 maybe, 52, 53, something like that, for low half of his 50s. What?
Thank you.
Whoops. I would love to see someone make a right turn right here. Get the right Jeep, you can do it. But anyway, fuck. Ooh, it's a lobster place. What the fuck? The old Taco Bell is going to be a lobster place. So my old bank turned into the Taco Bell. So the Taco Bell moved next door into my bank. What? The Taco Bell moved next door into my bank. And now the old Taco Bell is now going to be a lobster place. Okay. Fucking crazy. But anyways, I got home last night and I was shell shocked. Or I don't know if shell shocked, it wasn't quite like that. It was just, I was in shock. Like my senses weren't gone and everything. I wasn't totally fucked, but I was pretty fucking shocked. And I was trying to do stuff, but I was just overwhelmed. I was talking to a couple people like, who the fuck could even do that job? Oh, that's a good little spider crawling out my window. The window's up. Those are big shoes to fill. That dude wore like 3 different hats. And I'm gonna assume whoever gets that job isn't going to fucking cover that much ground all the time. He had relationships with so many customers. His finger was in so many fucking spots. That sounds gross. Dude was like all the boots on the ground. He knew every position there was in the whole company, as far as I understand. He knew how to do tech stuff. He knew how to do installs. He knew how to do PMs. He knew how to dispatch. He knew how to fucking do billing. He knew how to deal with suppliers and all that shit. He knew about fucking, you name it, anything in that fucking business that they do in that building. Anything. Warehousing, fucking good forklift driver, steam clean fucking machines, you fucking name it. And what weaknesses did he even have? Maybe computer stuff. He was functional, but sometimes here and there he'd hit a snag and he wouldn't know what to do. So I helped out there once. Only had one chance. But even then it wasn't what the money guy needed. So I don't know what the money guy did, but oh fucking Christ. She's cute. Boats and hoes. Nursing the weekend. Very funny. Oh, fuck, man. Fuck. That's what we were thinking about Thursday. Oh, and I eventually just said, fuck it. And I went to bed. I'm like, I can't deal with any of this. So I'm going to bed. Oh, there was one funny thing yesterday. It feels like it was days ago, but it was yesterday. All this shit happened yesterday. about 2:30, not long before I got that call. No, it wasn't a call. It was just Sasaha walking by. Sasaha crying. It wasn't too long before that, actually. I had a appointment with the fucking motherfucking words. My psychiatrist, my medicine, my chill pill doctor, whatever. And I had mentioned it feels like the medicine felt like it brought the floor up. Like when I get depressed, I'm always depressed, but there was times I feel like I'd get really, really, really depressed. It was just too often. And it felt like it raised those floors up, the medicine they put me on. Like I didn't notice it overnight, but one day I just realized it wasn't as deep, it wasn't as rich as it used to be. Oh boy, gas prices was going down a bit. Not much, just a tiny bit. And she said, you you got to do these questions when someone says they're sad. I don't really remember this one, but she was like, have you had feelings of hopelessness? And I started laughing. And she looked surprised and confused. And I was like, no, I'm sorry. It's just I felt hopeless since I was like 11. Like solid. Like I don't mean like it comes and goes. I mean like it's just always been there. And she said something, I don't remember what she said, but I was like, well, let me put it this way. I've got a website called emptyhope.com. Like I try and use it, make the best of it. And she, she looked really like she looked kind of heartbroken. I'm like, you have this job, you've never heard shit like this before. But I was like, I tried, it's been with me for so long. What can you do? Like, what am I gonna do? And she was like, you have suicide. I was like, no. I can't do that though because I can't do that because I've got way too much shit that I want to finish. I have way too much shit that I want to finish before I go. I say that, but then I play video games instead of working on any of it. But I want to play all the video games too, so I mean, yeah, I asked if I had feelings of hopelessness. She asked me if I had feelings of hopelessness, and I just started laughing. Little did I know, my boss was going to be dead shortly after that. So that's my update. That's where it's at. doing pretty good with money this year, though. As far as I know. I don't know if I've mentioned this since I don't remember when the last time I recorded a video, but one of the customers from from Essex, he got my phone number from, I assume, the guy that gave my position to. I assume that's where he got it. And after I talked to him a lot, whatever, he was looking for information on Andre, and I was like, I'm sorry, but I know it's been almost a year, but nothing has changed. Still waiting on that fucking trial. It's going to be 3 years on July 16th since he got locked up. They picked him up on July 16th, 2020. It's almost July 16th, 2023. Still no fucking trial. Innocent until proven guilty, wink wink. Fucking whack. Whack. So after that, I texted the guy that gave my position to and was like, hey, thanks for giving Lance my number. And then there was nothing. And I after that I texted, well, I guess you blocked me. I haven't heard from you in a while. And he didn't, still silent, so I'm just not gonna text him anymore. Unless I find a good steady source of shit mocking conservatives. And I'll send him one of those every day until, I don't know, the cops come and say, hey, you need to stop texting this guy. I'm like, I thought it was cool. I had no indication that there was anything wrong. You didn't tell me shit. Ugh. But last night I woke up, I probably went to bed at like 5, 6 maybe. Woke up again at like 8 or 9. And then of course I was up to like 1. I need to make sure I don't do that tonight. I can't have my sleep schedule go back to getting home, taking a 2 or 3 hour nap, staying up till 1. That's rough. None of that's good. A comedian made a good point. I don't remember who said it, but the only good part about going to sleep is right when you're going to sleep. Being asleep, who cares? Getting up to pee sucks because you want to go back to sleep and you're worried, what if I can't go back to sleep? But that part right as you're drifting off is pretty awesome. Getting up sucks. Ugh. I'm still doing that time loss shit. Even though last night there were no time loss. I didn't have Storm Peaks open long enough to get one. I had a couple of Viragoses. But I had 3 or 4 Anaxes. And it was 4 because the third one, the person I took, I tried to tell him, I knew it was going to be a problem because before I even got there, he just landed and started fighting him. He got murdered immediately. I was like, yeah, this is Chromie time, so you have to actually try. But anyway, I had made a comment like make sure it dies in the middle. Don't let it fall down. Because that shit falls down and then this is a big ass pillar base. If it falls down, it's gonna be stuck in the middle down there. Ugh. Don't need that shit. It fell down there. And then right after that, it was maybe a couple minutes after that, I happened to find another ANX in another instance. I was like, hey bro, you still out there? I got another ANX, let's try it again. So we killed that one and he got that one. It was in a spot that it wouldn't, even if it fell through, it was on a floating rock. So even if it fell through the rock, it would still be on the ground. So it's fine. So then he got it. There was a time lost guy a few days ago. The dude was an idiot. No, I'm sorry, that's not right. For 4 or 5 hours that night, there are these two fucking people. Like one of them got into my community where I give away time loss and shit. And that's not ideal. But they were never talking. And I'd ask them questions, they never say anything. And they would fly around, they'd be active, they would never respond. And then they started fucking following me around. And I'm like, what the fuck is this weird? And I told them, I was like, you're being really fucking creepy. What are you doing? And I never, it takes a lot. Like, I don't really get creeped out in that game by people. Because I know people are fucking fucked in the head. I understand that. But this one was weird. It was just weird down the fucking chart. The whole thing was weird. So, what else was fucking... Oh, the dad was like, oh, these are my kids. They're like 12 or whatever. They're not allowed to talk to people online. I was like, well, then why are you playing an MMO, retard? Why are you putting them in fucking... Why the fuck are you putting them in goddamn... what are they called? Communities. Don't put them in a fucking community. Don't do it. It's a fucking MMO, dude. Do you let them play Roblox when everyone's talking and not let them talk there either? Fucking retard. Whatever, bye.
said it looks clear.
What's it look like now?
Looks clear.
Cigarettes. 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 Have you seen the butthole? Have you seen the silvery butthole? Fly Army. Don't you know now, Bobby? It's Friday. Did you know that? This is Friday. It's Friday right now. It's Friday. In my throat. Thought I was gonna start dry heaving. My throat is a bitch. I could never become a throat goat. Now, I mean, not just because I'm not into guys, but I mean, my gag reflex is a superpower, I think. I don't know what use it is, but that truck's got windshields in the back, bro. It's a windshieldy truck. I wish they just make this lane go all the way through. Damn. Oh no, there's a kid in there. Maybe they stopped to beat that kid's ass. I swear to God, I will stop this car. I will stop this car and I'll fuck you up. Keep it up. What'd you say? And stop and pull over and not only am I fucking smack you, but you're grounded. So keep going. No electronics, no friends for the rest of the weekend. Keep your shit up. It'll be next week and weekend too. Now we're gonna go home. I'm gonna fuck your mom. Gotta hightail it to the 60, and then down the 101 to Chandler, and then Chandler to MacDaddles, and then MacDaddles home, and then all these motherfuckers can get the fuck on. Those are some fucking hyper cheap looking apartments. What the fuck? Can't imagine having an apartment there. Where is this? Jesus Christ. Broadway and the 48th Street. Come on, you can come over. I'm not gonna hurt you. Wow, they hurt themselves already. Their rear view mirror is hanging by a cord. Just swanging that thing. I don't know how you would drive like that. That would drive me crazy. I mean, I use it all the time, but fix that shit, bro. You're in a goddamn Cadillac. Fix your rear view, bro. I stuck it in her pussy and I made it go. Hey! Nothing really. Oh, it worked. There's this diesel powered. It's electric, but it's got diesel fuel to burn the heaters or whatever. It's a motherfucking pressure washer that's also got a heat element to it, and titties. But it's been smoking like a motherfucker. It's smoking like a motherfucker. And oh, that's a Prius. That's just like my car, except blue. Easter egg blue, green, aqua, orange, yellow, purple. Oh shit, is that a crusher thing? Yay! Oh, I didn't even hear it. That's sad. Do it again so I can hear it. Is that metal? It's metal. What a fun job that would be. Let's hear it. Oh, was it? My butt's talking to me. Siri thinks I was talking to her. But anyway, steam cleaner, blah, blah, blah. It was smoking like a motherfucker. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was definitely not supposed to be doing that. It wasn't like on fire, but smoke was coming out and weren't sure what the fuck. If what he did doesn't work, it might take a couple weeks to burn off, whatever. But he thinks the only other option you can think of is gasoline got put in there. But I bought diesel the one time I bought gas. Jose's been buying it for otherwise. So I don't know. Like I got a gun drawn? Yeah, let's have a problem. Let's have a problem on the fucking highway. What are you doing, Blue? Jesus. I told him ever since I started, they've been using a gasoline can, which is red, says gasoline. They've been using that to get diesel fuel to put in the diesel machine. And I was like, we need to buy a fucking diesel can, because someone's gonna get gas and put it, or gonna put diesel where they think it's gas or something. It's gonna get flipped around, or whichever. It's gonna get mixed up. So it's possible it did get mixed up. He said if it's gas, just burn it out. Just once you get through the fuel, wait till it gets as low as possible, and then put diesel in. It should be fine. So we'll see. That didn't make any sense because that story was split up among several minutes when it should have been about 30 seconds. So, sorry. I would love to pretend like I care, but I don't. One of the guys, there was a customer at my last job. He was talking to me today, asking about Andre. Like, how does trial go and all that? And I'm like, I've never... there hasn't been a trial yet. I know we got fucking arrested. It's gonna be 3 years next month, 2 months from now. In July it'll be 3 years. Still no trial. So there's that. I'm really fucking hungry. So McDonald's better have a fucking line. I guess I could get off our Warner and try that one. might be a better gamble. But I'm going to the Chandler one. It's closer. Time is an issue. So I'm going to gamble on that one instead. There's no way it's going to be backed up like it was that one day. That can't happen more than once. That manager was going to kick ass. Kick everybody's ass. Ugh. Oh, there is something I don't understand actually at work. The shop doesn't really have all that much room in there. It's kind of tight as it is. So what they did was they put a cubicle in there, and they put a desk in there and a big TV. And they're going to have that as a station for people for techs to talk to people and like do training or like remote assistance or whatever. And when the tech told me about it, I was just looking like, what? He's like, yeah, that's what we think too. I'm like, and I kind of pulled my phone out. What about, he's like, yeah, we all said, you know, FaceTime, same, just as easy. But anyway, it's weird. I don't know. The reason it came to mind is because I was thinking, well, yeah, what if there's a lot of those machines are loud. First of all, I get there's a cubicle in there. It has a little bit of sound dampening, but no, the top's open. Why the fuck wouldn't they just do it from the conference room? Or make one out in the warehouse or something. Not that we have any room out there. If you're gonna make something like that, demo area, or not demo area, showroom, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a good idea. Somebody didn't think out something. What's going on in your rear view mirror, toys person behind me, huh? What's that about? Looks like maybe Raggedy Ann with some other stuffed animal that's got a yellow hat on. I don't know. Look at all these fancy fuckers. I'm so excited I know how to use the acetylene torch. That's fun. And the thing that lights it is like it's just a flint and steel. Yay! It's got to be fast. Only have 20 minutes to eat. Fuck me. Man. This is what we're doing? Propel water is so good. Or whatever it is, soda, whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's good. Damn, am I gonna fuck myself being in this lane? No. I'm gonna use this green light to turn though. This green arrow light thing. Man, I think I fucked up. God damn it, I have a fucking splinter in my fucking left thumb. And I don't even notice it's there unless I'm driving, because when I turn just right, my thumb brushes my fucking shit. See how fucked this is gonna be. Oh, looks clear. Oh. Thought they were leaving. Can I get a number 3 large size with a Coke no ice? And then a number 5.
What was the drink for the number 3?
Coke with no ice. And then a number 5 medium size with Diet Coke with no ice.
What sauce was that?
Barbecue, please. And then another number 3 large size of the Coke no ice, and that's all.
So I have 2 number 3s, large large Coke, no ice, combos, and then I have a 10-piece medium Diet Coke, no ice.
Yep.
Alright, that total will come out to $36.72 at the first window, please.
Thank you. Hello. Yep. Yeah, that's fine. You too. MacPeg.com. MacPeg. That Mercedes is pretty. Want it in black though. Hello. Yep. Whoa, buddy. I don't know how much Propel stuff is. Shit, there's a lot of sodium in this. What the fuck? What the fuck? How? That's fucked up. How the fuck is there sodium? I didn't expect that shit at all. That doesn't make any sense. To me. 10% a day value in one of those bottles. I've had like 5 of them today. The fuck? Isn't that salt? Shit. I like that color of car. Thank you. She was super pretty. Ten out of 10 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 on the pretty scale. 10 out of 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 10 on the pretty scale. I didn't hit that curb. No, glorious. Speaking of which, she's really fucking pretty too. Are we in Tempe? Oh my Jesus Christ. Shit just fell on the floor. I have no idea what the fuck it was. So I don't have more than 2 hands, so it's awesome that they put all that in one bag. Fuck me. Shift how I'm holding this shit. Dick butt fuckers. One fry fell out. I hope it wasn't like a whole lot of shit that fell out. Shit dick butt fuckers. Shit dick butt fuckers. Ay, 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 my bunghole. So close. Gonna have like 20 minutes to eat. Whatever, bro. Nobody cares, bro. Whoa. Web 4.0, bro. Up in your butt. In your butt. With all that cheese. What's that mean? I don't know. Something about butt sex? Alright, bye. I had a question. Oh, fucking, why the fuck in some sinks they have a sink that's as big as your fucking torso, and it's got plenty of room around the edges. You could fucking whatever, but still they fucking decide to install a faucet on that fucking sink that like is like your from your wrist to the tip of your middle finger is longer than this fucking faucet. It's like, what the fuck? And even still, that's fucking, the back of that's mounted to the middle of the goddamn edge on the back. So then you have like 3 inches of faucet sticking out into the sink. And that's like less than 1% of the entire surface of the sink is where the faucet is. What the fuck? What the fuck? So you gotta wash your hands really carefully to not fucking rub your hands against the back of the sink. Who designs shit like that? Put it out a few more inches so you can comfortably wash your hands without rubbing them against the back of the fucking sink. What the fuck is wrong with people? Apparently I'm fucking with the guy in the left lane. I don't understand. We have a sink like that at work. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you guys even doing? That's it though. I got to braise today. I got to use a brazing rod for the first time. Same philosophy. I've soldered a bajillion things. The guy that was teaching everybody, he looked at mine, he looked at me, and he's like, "Is this your first time doing this?" I was like, "Brazing." I was like, "But I've soldered a bajillion things on the circuit boards." He's like, "Oh, okay." He said, "But I doesn't use a torch." I'm like, "No, he uses a little stick." He's like, "Hey, electric." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, okay." The only thing I did fuck up though is when I decoupled well, whatever it was they call it, unsheath. I heated up the solder. I still have a cough every so often. It's out of nowhere. I heated up the solder, and that car's got eyelashes, lol. I heated up the solder and pulled apart a couple pipes, whatever. And then after I heated it up to do that, I went to crimp it before I soldered it closed, or brazed it, whatever. And yeah, I just tore the shit out of it. I underestimated how soft it was. So when I brazed it, I had to fucking cover up the hole that I made from breaking it and the end. But I think I did all right. They said I did all right. And I asked, I was like, why do they, I mean, if you drain it, why do you have to braze it? They're like, well, because they drain the gas out of the compressor. But I don't know enough about compressors. I guess there's a bunch of oil in there. I don't understand how compressors work, so I don't know why there's a bunch of oil in there. And as he was telling me this, one of the guys was trying to braze this one seal or whatever, seal this one pipe that was crimped, and it kept catching the fumes coming out of it kept catching fire. So it kept turning into a little eternal flame going on down there. God's eternal flame. Eternal butthole. And right as he said the oil in there, and I was like, and that must be what's causing that flame to light up. He's like, yep. I'm like, okay. She's really fucking pretty, but I bet she's a high schooler. I was wondering why the fuck there was a flame. Like, if it's drained, why does it act like there's an ignition source coming out of there or whatever, gas? Like some sort of fumes are coming out of there. Fumes. Like some of those plants, they've got the pipe at the top because it generates fumes, and they got the fumes coming out there, and they burn it off up there because the fumes generated when you burn it off are safe compared to the gas coming out. It's not safe, so that's why they burn that off. I forget the example of what it is that they're burning off that becomes something safer. But anyway. Anyway, what else did I learn? I learned when you're scrapping the machine, you have to take apart a whole bunch of shit. I knew the compressor and then whatever that fin thing's called. Radiator. Whatever. Dispenser. Ball sack. Ball-sackian. Disassemble the ball-sackian.
So Lindsey Graham on Tuesday tried to make this ridiculous, logical fallacy about the situation, saying on Twitter, quote, "It started with Benghazi. When you kill Americans and nobody pays a price, you invite this type of aggression."
I'm sorry, Lindsay, but A, that's apples and oranges.
It's not. I don't understand it.
Russia didn't invade us, it invaded the Ukraine. What the fuck does that have to do with Benghazi? And I'm sorry, Lindsay, anyone would make a statement like that, and a lot of Rubio and Kerry and all these statements, what they're making statements about is not the United States of America, the Republic. They're making statements about the United States empire that controls the world. Russia doing this threatens the empire. Frankly, I don't give a shit about the empire. I didn't vote for an empire. I don't want to live under an empire. I live in the United States of America. All this outrage over what Russia does because they threaten the empire. The empire makes money for corporations. Fuck the empire.
oh, it was a fire. It's just the sun on that one part. I don't know why there wouldn't be any smoke above it. Make today a sleigh? Okay. What did I do with the forklift? Oh, okay. The propane forklift was in my way. And then I remember when I did my shit at the end of the day, don't do it. Like I didn't see the propane forklift anywhere. And I was all over that warehouse. Like, oh yeah. I stashed it down the back aisle. That guy's a sweetie pie. Making room on the sidewalk. I was like, why has he got no shit look on his face? And then I was like, oh yeah, that girl's coming. That Corvette license plate says devil forever. It's what I'm talking about. And then the plate in front of me has 666 in it. Whoa. Numbers, bro. I'm not fucking getting food on the way home today. I want to try something. First thing I go, I'm like, why is your fucking phone dead, Lily? What are you doing? I mean, I'm glad she hasn't broken it or lost it, but just keep that shit plugged in at least. Fuck you doing? Plug it in when you go to bed. Shouldn't die while you're at school. No one's using it. Shouldn't be able to kill it in the evening. Oh shit. Yeah. Thinking about a dry throat. What are they putting down this road here? I'm thinking about getting out there and taking more shit apart. Copper is weak as fuck. When he was teaching us how to do all the shit, he's like, when you pull these apart, do not let this touch this, because if you make sure you bend it away, because if you leave it on top, or if you let it just kind of sit close to itself, when that solder cools off, it'll fucking solder it right back on there. And then two of the three machines, two of them, the pipe was left a little too close, and it rested against it and cooled off and soldered itself back together. So both of them had to get the torch back out and fucking heat it back up to pull them apart. They're cutting the pipe. They're cutting the pipes with these little handheld things where it's got a blade in there and you screw it on there to get it tight, and then you rotate it, and you just keep rotating it forever until it cuts. And the guy was doing it for a long time, and I got mine out. I don't know if his wasn't as sharp, or because you're supposed to rotate a little bit once it cuts a bit, tighten it a little bit. Rotate it, tighten it a little bit so that blade stays up against it. I wonder if he was just rotating it a lot and not tightening it back up. I wasn't shown how to do that. It's just, I know how to cut through shit, and if you just tighten it up once and then expect it to keep cutting all the way through without retightening it, it's never going to work. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? What's going on back there, brah? Chandler! Gilbert! I must have gone to sleep way too late last night, because I'm a lot more tired than I usually am at this time. But I'm not going to go to bed at 7. I'm not fucking doing it. I'm going to push it till 9. I feel like a little bitch wanting to go to bed at 9 tonight at a normal time. But then I'll be able to get to bed by 10 or fall asleep by 10 because I never just lay down and go to sleep. I fuck around. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the time I need to get up. 6. It's 8 hours. Minus a few minutes here and there waking up to piss and shit. I've never shit in the middle of the night, I don't think. What the fuck was that? I hope that was a Kirby hitting not a fucking car or a bump or something. McDonald's hamburgers suck. They all suck. Just getting that out. Actually, what food does McDonald's have that I like? I don't know how the fuck their fries are so good. Their hamburgers are all just kind of garbage. The McDoubles and all those are just too small. I mean, I guess the double or triple cheeseburgers, whatever, are good if you get a couple of them. They're just so small, and the quarter pounders are not very impressive. Burger King meat is so good. Wendy's, Carl's Jr., Jack in the Box is okay. McDonald's maybe. The meat in McDonald's I think I like better than Jack in the Box. But Jack in the Box has way better toppings and buns. Come on, fat boy, what else you got? Whataburger, I don't like Whataburger anymore. I don't know why. It's just always, the meat's too thin. I really thought that guy in the blue car on the left was going to hit me. I'm actually surprised he didn't. The Kia logo looks like brushed steel. I just had another idea for my sniff your noise logo. I don't think that would work. I'll try when we get home. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. No, it'd still need a vertical line. Never mind, that wouldn't work. No, it wouldn't. Wait a minute. Oh, maybe it would work. I have an idea to try when I get home, but no, nobody would understand. Never mind. That's stupid. I just have a whole fucking thought process out loud, and nobody has a clue what I was talking about. Okay, bye. I don't know how or why they would do this. Well, I know how. I don't know why. But there's like an irrigation box exactly where that stop sign was. Or whatever, a water access, whatever. They didn't dig a bunch of shit up, so it's like, did they just put a stop sign over where the fucking water access is for whatever's right there? I don't know. I thought that bird was gonna buzz that kid. That dude, that guy, that man, that sir, that fella. Whatever. Whatever, bitch.
Located in the Harz Mountains of northern Germany, property of Heinrich Himmler. Now we've known the
I guess I'm getting food.
For some time.
McDonald's. one of the big guys at work came up to me today. He's like, how did you get into music? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like listening or making music or what? And he's like, just overall, like, what got you into music? And I was like, well, my grandpa had an 8-track player, and listened to a lot of Floyd Kramer and Ella Fitzgerald and a bunch of big band stuff. He loved big band. And then my mom had a bunch of vinyl, like Black Sabbath and old Chicago. And he knew who Chicago was. And I was like, except for I think the albums I had, they were called Chicago Transit Authority. And he's like, CTA, yep. So he was well aware of them. And I was like, funny story about them. I got a chance to see them in the mid-90s. And like the second or third song into the show, I'm looking at my buddy like, what the fuck? And he's just laughing because he knew. And I was like, I didn't understand. I didn't know they started doing love songs in the 80s. It's like ballads. It's not like it used to be. And he told me that's kind of when they went more just Chicago instead of Chicago Transit Authority. It's like, oh. Well, okay. And I told him then as the, got into the 90s, I started, MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice and then 9 Inch Nails and alternative radio and MTV and all that. And 9 Inch Nails is the first band I fell in love with. And then while I was looking for 9 Inch Nails, rare records and everything everywhere, I started, while I was in the record store, I started seeing other stuff. What's this? And then I started going like the used record stores and just buying anything I didn't recognize. I told him to this day, if there's a musician or a band I don't know about, I'll want to hear an album. I want to fucking which album. I'll find someone that knows them. Like, which album do you recommend? Like, what's your favorite album? What's your least favorite album? Like, if I can listen to somebody's least favorite album and find good in that shit that I like anyway, shit that I consider good, fuck, I'm gonna listen to more. Or often I'll just be like, give me an album that there's listen to. And either A, they'll just give me one, or B, they'll be like, well, what kind of... They've got a bunch of different stuff, and like, whatever. But I'd rather listen to an album front to back than just hear a one-off song or whatever. Because I want to see how you put an album together, too. Is there going to be a theme? Is there going to be any kind of flow? Is it going to be clunky? Is it going to be all the bangers, the first 3 tracks, and then the last 12 tracks are garbage? Like, well, how are you doing it? Is there going to be, is it going to be just individual songs? Are you going to mix them together? Are you going to have an ongoing, melody theme or whatever? What do you got? And then I was like, and then Spotify came around, skip ahead a while, and now I can just get into everything. And he was telling me he was starting to notice, like, he'd come out in the warehouse. One day I'm listening to fucking, crazy violent sounding rap, and the next day I'm listening to like fucking classic rock, which, well, I think for us is like 70s, 80s rock. And then he'll come in the next day, and I'm like, today I was listening to fucking like old fucking soul, pretty much soul, yeah. Maybe like 70s soul. Not quite as far back as like Chubby Checker and all that shit. Chubby Checker's not soul. Is he? I don't want to make anybody mad. I don't know. Chubby Checkers feels like a soul big band or something. I don't know. Anyway, I was embarrassing myself. Then he was like, "I'll come in another day and you'll be listening to fucking like modern rock, and then another day you'll be listening to like techno." He's like, I've never encountered someone that listens to such a wide variety of stuff from day to day. And I said, I just kind of laughed. I was like, yeah, it's a shame I can't fit in more. And I was like, I'm one of the people, honestly, it's easier to list off the stuff I don't listen to. It really is. Like religious music. I don't listen to religious music. I don't listen to like happy, like upbeat pop. And I don't listen to like opera and like metal that gets up to the roar, 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 roar. Unless that girl right there listens to it, then I might. And they start asking, what about this? I'm like, yep. Talk about contemporary stuff. I was like, Mannheim Steamroller is considered contemporary, right? And he said, yeah. And I was like, well, that's crazy to me because Mannheim Steamroller is, it's like a goddamn alternate type orchestra thing. It's nuts. It's so fucking cool. I know they do Christmas shit. But still. So good. And then I told him, I started rattling off stuff that I don't really listen to. Like, I think there's stuff I listen to privately that I don't really. He was like, I heard fucking Prince in here the other day. I'm like, yeah. I was like, I'm going to go on a Pink Floyd kick one day. And fucking listen to Pink Floyd for 3 days. I could feel it coming. Oh my God, we're actually moving today. It's nuts. Ish, you could say. But he was like, I really appreciate it. I was like, thank you. I appreciate hearing that. I think we have to get over one more, don't we? Why don't we get over now? Let's all get over now. Is this white car really going to come up even though all of us have to get over it? Kind of a faggot. The worst kind of faggot. Get over one more time. I will fucking shoot you. If you saw all of us getting over and you just drove up this empty lane instead of just letting us get over. We should have drove over in the lane. That would have been the smart thing to do. I don't realize my nose is stuffed up till I start talking. And then when like in between talking, I'll go to breathe in or breathe out through my nose, or what you breathe in through my nose. And it's just like, no air's coming in here. It's like, oh, okay. She feels better. I told her, I was like, it's going to be, because she started feeling like shit Monday. Like Monday, like by the time Dawn came, she was already felt like shit Monday. I'm like, I know, I told you. Told you it wasn't fucking allergies. I just feel lucky that I felt like really, really bad shit over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, so I don't have to miss any work. I probably could have worked through that. I could have worked through that. I probably would have worked through that. I did. The cold I had in the beginning of March, I worked through that, and that was worse. So I would have worked through that. I would have been happy about it. I was irritated today because I was told I got to move these two machines into the demo room so they can have a demo for tomorrow. And And I was like, all right, and if you're gonna, like, I'm gonna get it in there as soon as I possibly can, because they probably want to set it up and test it. I would assume they'd want to test it to make sure the fucking machines work. Duh. It should work, but does it? You're gonna have customers in here you're trying to fucking sell shit to. You better make sure the shit works for sure. I would get the motorcycle on the left. I don't want to do that lean over shit. But anyway, so I go to move those two machines in there today, and I open the door to get it propped open, and immediately realize there's 6 people in here. It's a small room. And I was like, oh, well, hello. And like, shut the door. I didn't think to say excuse me. I was so surprised to see people in there. Plus the room's a shithole. It needs to be fucking cleaned up. They modernized a bunch of the building. They really should have modernized the demo room. Because the rest of the shit's pretty much just us. It's just office people in there. Sure, people walk through there every so often. But what the fuck, dude? Like, if you're gonna modernize shit, modernize the goddamn place where you're trying to sell people shit. And while we're at it, let's fucking... I don't understand. Make an entrance that you don't have to go through the warehouse. Because you got all this modern, beautiful looking shit in the front half of the building. And the back half of the building is a fucking armpit that's overstuffed with shit. What are you doing? I don't understand. Like, yeah, here's a demo room. And it looks like it's not good. It's not good at all. They need to make the fucking demo room as nice as the showroom. The showroom is nice. I don't understand why there's carpet in the showroom. I would think they would want to make the showroom like the demo room, and maybe that's the plan, is to have that shit be able to be hooked up out there so they can run it. It's a fucking showroom. I wouldn't think you would just park machines out there that don't work just to look pretty. I don't know. What do I know? I don't know. I'm going to try the Chandler McDonald's one more time. See how dumb I am. See how fast I regret it. Actually, I'm going to go up and look at the drive-thru first. Drive-thru looks clear. Let's go. No. I was going to get over, but I was going to stay in this lane. Shit. But anyway, I don't know, man. I don't get it. You're going to spend a bunch of money on shit. Whoops. What the fuck am I doing? I'm just gonna drive over in your lane, white car, my bad. I'm sorry. I apologize, Faith. I don't apologize anymore. I should have hit you. I have faith that people will. I have faith people will believe dumb shit. How about that? 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 The fun thing is when my nose does loosen up for a minute and I blow it, so much comes out. I like when I blow something and a whole bunch of shit comes out. Jokes. Jokes, Monica, jokes. Damn it. Come on, Beamer, get in front of me. I like you. Why is there a high pollution advisory tomorrow? Because that ass is smoking. I'm sorry. I have problems. I need to look at the fucking... What's it called? I need to look at the forecast. Boss man comes back today and is like, last cool day, you ready for it? I'm like, no, I'm not. I was like, I think we left cool a month or two ago, but okay. Wait. A few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, no, about a month ago, because it was a week or two into May, and they're like, what the fuck? We're already getting in the 90s, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, it's weird. God damn, I'm just rolling through everything. Give me this green too. Oh my Jesus, fuck, what the fuck? Holy titties. I'm making God. Oh, it says I've been recording 20 minutes. I guess that's about right. It feels good though. Fuck, 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 shit, 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 shit. Fuck, 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 fuck. Shit, 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 shit. Hell, 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 goddamn, fuck, fuck. Wow, 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 wow. Oh my god, the fart. It was so good. What's that white truck doing, dude? Letting everybody through. Isn't that light green? Just seems confusing. Oh my god, the McDonald's line's moving. Like the last 9 or fucking 10 orders at work, the goddamn machine has been on the top of the stack. I'm gonna have a heart attack and die soon. Fate's just giving me a nice clean send-off. I'm okay with that. God, I hope I die soon. I'm so tired. I've been done with this life since... Well, Beth's been pretty good. And Lily, I guess. But I mean, overall, 95% of it, I'm just done. I've been done since... 30s, early 30s. Yeah. Probably 32. Done. Fucking done. No, before that. I don't know. But I only got really good at fucking holding a goddamn job. I don't know. Down here, I guess. Changes things when there's no safety net. I am the safety net. So, gotta do it. I mean, you don't have to. You could live in a fucking parking lot. Or whatever. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I looked too good. Maybe I counted all my fucking eggs before they hatched. Fuck, man. Actually, I'll leave that down. What is he wearing? That's why when Beth said she wanted to have a kid, I laughed. Like, I'm already ready to die. What are you talking about? I said if I don't have a kid by 35, I'm not going to have one because I plan on being dead by 35. I think I'd lived to 35. It's kind of a joke to me. Oh, if I have a kid by 35, I'm not going to have one because I'll be dead. Is the rest of that sentence. But here I am, going to turn 43 in a couple months. I don't know. Be on my 8th bonus year. Everything after 35, I'm calling bonus years. Just saying. Everything here is the same.
Will you be using your mobile app today?
No, thank you.
Okay, what can I get for you?
Number 3, large size with a Diet Coke, no ice.
Okay.
And then a number 5, small size with a Coke Zero, no ice. And then...
We only have the Diet Coke.
That's fine. And then another number 3, large size with a Diet Coke, no ice. And that's all.
Any sauce for the 10-piece nugget meal?
Barbecue, please.
Alright, gonna be $36.77 per person.
Thank you. They raised prices again. What is Hobart Service? I would look it up, but there's a whole recording thing. Can't breathe through my nose. I like thinking of different things to say and looking for group chat that's just off the wall. I think this time on my login I'm going to say, that's not the hair you're supposed to put hair extensions in, and stop wearing short skirts. Because it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. Oh, I got back into putting my free characters in Storm Peaks again. And last night, I noticed there were these rogues on me. Well, rogue on one. I was like, that's weird. And it was a fucking troll. Like, I know this fucking name. Someone took a look at my screenshots and found a bunch of her dumbass drama from before. She was the one that had the friend that was pretended like she was doing homework and shit. And I was like, oh yeah, you stopped right here in Storm Peaks, huh? Right by me. That's crazy. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. And she moved a little bit, just enough to go out of sight. And I'm like, what the fuck? So on, so on. She obviously wasn't doing homework. And then she moved to the Frozen Lake spawn spot. I was like, wow, just stop passing through Storm Peaks on doing homework. And now you're here. That's crazy. It's crazy the places you're stopping. And then she's like, oh, I was just told to tell you that. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I know, I believe you. Because the person that was being really nice to me, and I was actually helping a buddy get time lost that time. That's fucked up, dude. You're gonna do that shit. Like, do what you're gonna do, but don't fucking lie about it. Like, I just blocked him. Like, I'm not fucking with you guys. I don't give a fuck. Hello. Yep.
3672.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Damn. They're both fucking tiny. See, today I don't think they have people out standing around outside like dumbasses at Chick-fil-A. It's such a stupid practice. It's so fucking dumb. Oh. It doesn't look like they do. They shouldn't. Anyway. It makes it go faster. It doesn't. I assure you it doesn't. Calm down, car. Jesus. Hello. Yeah, you're right. She looked at me like, what? One person? Like, yep. Taking it home. Ordered to take it home. Thank you. Is that it?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, thank you. She didn't seem sure at all. She looked like she had him. He was like, like, yep, that's cool. Is it graduation time, or is that just she's just a big lady in a big dress? Little do I know, that was John Davis. Can we do it? Can we make it? Well, I'm going. So I guess the answer is yes. By force or by allowance, I am proceeding. by force or by allowance, I am proceeding is not what you say to introduce yourself on a date. I'm just going by what little baby Jesus said in the New Testament. G-O, go! G-O, go! I went to the Safeway on Chandler and Alma School when I was sick to get some shit. On the way back, I went down, whatever the fuck it's called, and there were 600 people in cars because there were 500 baseball games going on. And that's why I don't go down that road past that three-way stop. What's that goddamn road called? It's not Cottonwood. You dumbass. It's Dumas! Whatever, bye. I think that was a cop. I just pulled out and was like, fuck you, pig. Alright, he's going around me. Let's see if it was a cop. As I rolled my window up, I was once again saying shit with my window down. No, that's not a cop, it's just a dumbass. My spider sense said, let that guy out or he's never going to get out. So I let him out. And he got out. Appropriately. He didn't do a Council Bluffs turn and take 45 minutes to turn right onto the road there. It's been an eventful several days since I last recorded. I don't remember if I recorded Friday. I know the last thing I posted was a whole bunch of videos because I've been sucking dicks at uploading shit. She's pretty as fuck. God damn. Anyway. So I'm not shy around like executive types, like people that are way up the food chain from me. So not just the place I work, but other places, I still get asked to do things, do favors and shit. They compensate me if I have to drive there and all that. But I drove to a place I never actually met the manager or the person that runs everything or their boss or their boss's boss. But I had someone in my inbox that was like, hey, that lady needs to go work for Essex. She'd be a perfect fit. But the person I was chatting with was like, yeah, my boss is mad because IT won't do this for this laptop, and he blah, blah, blah. I was like, I can do that. Really? Yeah, I do it all the time. Because the Windows or Mac or was Windows, well, that's real easy. Like in fact, I have a USB drive that I can, or USB, I have a thumb drive I can do that with right now. In my car, actually. It was in my car. And they're like, oh shit. And they're like, hold on a minute. And can they call you? I'm like, yeah, have them call me, give them my number. Gross. So this guy calls me. Sounds snooty as fuck. sounds like he's money that came from other money that had money all his life and all their life, and everybody had money. And he sounded smart, though. He sounded smart enough. Not a computer guy. So the thing was, the laptop needed wiped, and he needed it done like right now. And IT was like, you're going to have to box it up and send it to us. And what they would do is they would just format it and blah, blah, blah. But he needs that laptop like now. And he needs in there. He doesn't want it formatted. There's stuff in there he needs. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, I can do that. So I go there and... Well, he was talking to me about it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. And he was like, well, how would you do it? And I told him, and he's like, huh. Okay. He's like, how much you want? And I was like, I accept donations. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, at least $20, but mainly I accept donations, whatever you want to give me. However much it's worth to you, I'll accept that. And he kind of chuckled. So I go over there, we're talking. First he asked me what I'm doing. Then he asked me what have I done in the past. I felt like I was being interviewed, actually. I was telling him what other extracurricular things I'd done for Essex. And he told me his stories dealing with Essex. And then he told me about... I didn't realize how many companies they had on the west side of the country. But he was telling me about that. For like 10 minutes. This was Friday after work. I swung over there and did it. He stayed late so I could do it. We ended up talking until like 7. But anyway, he was kind of, the longer we talked, the more he looked puzzled. He's like, why don't you get into tech? He's like, no, I can't. He's like, why? I was like, well, number one, I love it. And no, it had to be Thursday. Because I felt like shit Friday. It wasn't Friday. I felt like shit Friday. Maybe it was Friday, but I didn't feel like shit. I knew I had a cold coming. Maybe it was Friday. But anyway, I was like, I won't get into tech because I loved it too much, and I'm just too honest. And he's like, well, what do you mean? I was like, well, I couldn't do it. Like, it depends on what I'm doing in tech. Like, number one, I don't want to deal with customer support. And I said that, he just laughed. He was like, what do you think this is? And I was like, no, I'm doing you a service. I'm providing a service. I'm not coaching you over the phone how to do this or that, or I just don't have the patience for all that. He's like, I understand, and blah blah blah. And I was like, and I don't want to do it because no matter what, if I get into security, we were talking about security too, because what I was doing was a massive security violation, like across the board. In fact, I made it explicitly clear my name wasn't to be involved. Like, I was never here, even though I'm on camera. I was never here. I did not do this. I don't know how this happened. Because technically I think it's probably illegal. I got him access to the computer is all I did, so we could get to everything in the computer and be fine. But anyway, I don't know why there's a yield sign there. I'm not yielding for any of that fucking traffic. But anyway, and I said I could definitely not work in he specifically asked me if I would work in IT security. And I was like, the honesty thing is a bigger one there, and I wouldn't have the patience to keep up with all the 0 days out there. And I had to explain to him what 0 day was. And then I gave him examples of 0 days I do know about that still aren't patched for whatever reason. Some of which he thought were crazy. And he was an iPhone guy, and he was shocked to hear that you can get an iPhone, and if you have the right software, you can just plug it into anything. Access not only everything on that phone, but everything attached to every different cloud on there. that's authorized. You got a fucking Dropbox, you got a Snapchat, you got a fucking iCloud. If you happen to have a anything you've got access to that always needs like a pin or a thumbprint or facial recognition, any of that shit that you got access to through there, if you have the phone in your hand, you can get to all that shit. It's doable from a distance. It's doable with either A, a phone number, or B, an email address, but it's impossibly easy if you have the phone in your hand. Like, oh, but it locks. No, it doesn't. I can break it from. No, you can't. You can. But anyway, I was telling him about all that shit, and I was like, I demonstrate if I have my laptop, because I have that shit on my laptop, allegedly. And I was like, and the problem with me on top of that is, I said I would even if I kept up on it, I would still never be able to look someone in the eye and say your network is secure. And a lot of, and he kind of nodded, and he said, well, I wouldn't like to hear that. I was like, I know, and a lot of IT people will look these managers in the eye and say, your network is secure, and they know it's not. Like, and I know it's not. I would never be able to say that. And if they said, well, you have to make it secure, that's what I pay you for, I'd be like, well, it's not possible. Nobody can do it. You can't. But my main thing was, I love it, and I don't want to, if it becomes my job, I don't want to end up hating it. That's the big thing for me. Like, I like doing warehouse stuff, as long as, I'm actually doing warehouse stuff. And I don't mind doing IT support. My nose is a lot more clogged than I gave it credit for before I started recording this video. And it's not just my usual clog shit. This is still cold. I still have a cold. Yeah, but the guy gave me $200. Unfortunately, it was $100 bills. And I told him, I was like, I said 20 or donations. And he was like, yeah. He's like, you just saved me like $1,000. And I figured I'd give you 20% of that. I'm like, okay. I don't know how he came to that decision, but and also his IT department is shit, because they should have been able to just remote into it. But that's fine. It's not my problem. So he said he's got my phone number and my, what did he get that I never use? WhatsApp. He's got me on WhatsApp and my cell phone number. So he said he told me to expect, I don't know. I didn't understand what he said. It sounded like expect, well, more business, but the way he said it was, I wish I would have made a video after he said it on the way home. Pretty much sounds like he knows, he hears stuff all the time that people wish their IT would do this or this. So maybe I'll regret it, but maybe I'll make a bunch of money. I don't know. I could do freelance shit like that. Like, I can do this. This is what I'm going to do. Like, I'm not going to troubleshoot. I'm not going to give you... I'm not going to fucking provide Well, one of the times he did it's like a legit, straight out of the textbook, rich guy chuckle. That doesn't sound right. What you would expect, like Mr. Moneybags to laugh or whatever. I told him, because he was telling me about any experiences that made me that solidified my decision to stay out of tech. And I was telling him about the person that I used to go over and work on his computer, and I would say, like, the after support, like, here, just like I taught him, these are the programs. I installed them for him. I said I put the icons on his desktop. I left written instructions. Run each one of these, and every week you should have a problem, or you shouldn't have any problem. Do not install any other security or adware or spyware or malware. No other programs, just these. Do not. You will see pop-ups that say to do it. Don't do it. I put the shortcuts, like don't click shit. Just hit Alt F4. Don't click anything when those pop up. Alt F4. But then I told him a month would go by, or maybe 2 months, and I get a phone call from him again, and hey, my computer's locked up, blah blah blah, and I told him what I was charging. I was like, but this was like 2004, 2003. He was like, even still back then, he told me what he was paying for that kind of shit. Did I totally just go by roads? I don't remember ever driving by the 202 exit. Did I drive by my exit? What the fuck? That's Chandler right there. Okay. Oh shit. I thought there was 2 lanes to exit here. There is. Fuck me. I saw that wrong. God damn it all. But anyway, I told him I'll like do one-off things, but I'm not going to offer support anymore. And I'm not going to keep going back to the same spot, shit like that. Like, if I tell someone how to do something and they don't do it, I don't care. Like, I'm going to start charging like $1,000 a visit and shit. Yeah, but back when for what I was doing back then, he was paying people like a lot of money. $150, $250, $500 in the early 2000, like 2001, 2002, late 90s. And he told me what he was paying people now for shit, and I was like, wow. I could like triple what I make right now going into IT, is what I learned doing the what's it called? Freelance? Is that that's not the term though. Contracting. Doing contracting. Because he was telling me some of the people that he works with, IT wise, he is just one contract in tons. And they're just contracted to do shit like maintenance, fucking what's it called? That's another reason I don't have a fucking memory. Consulting, it's just not my thing anymore. I don't know it. I don't know as much as I don't have my knowledge saturation for what needs to be known is not a high enough percent compared to what it used to be. I've seen what you have to do and what you have to say to be in that market. I'm not a liar. And if something wasn't working, I'd want to fucking figure out how to make it work. I don't even know if I love Randy anymore, but The IT guy that I liked at the last job, I told him, I was like, there's a lot of people having problems with this program. It sucks. He's like, well, don't ever say anything. I was like, I'm surprised because Mark didn't like it. Mark Aaron didn't like it. And I installed this one on his computer too. Every single time you guys send him a new computer, I put this on there. Because he didn't like the other one. So I was surprised he didn't tell you guys. I was like, I guess he didn't need to since he had me to swap it out for him. I was like, that's why I'm speaking up. Like, you guys can't fix shit if you don't know what's wrong. And he just gave up. There was all these places that were getting this new interface. Shit just crashes, and he doesn't care. He's like, oh, I thought it worked fine. I emailed everybody and then emailed him once I gathered all the information. Like, no, it's happening to all of us still. So, but I don't know. What can you do? I desperately need to blow my nose. So, bye.